Good morning, lovely people. It's Vlogmas day 16. Only 9 days to Christmas. I've been really enjoying this silly little advent calendar. So easy to use. You just flip the cubes every day. Well, I have a list as long as your arm today. I don't know if I'm going to get it all done. But the first thing I had to do was get up at 6, have a shower and get dressed and a cup of tea, and take Mr. Stitches, or rather follow Mr. Stitches to the mechanic's shop so that he could drop his car off and then I could drive him home. His car's been sounding really, really rough lately, and I can't remember what it needs, but it's going to get fixed today. So we drove back and I've had some breakfast. And now I need to look at my to-do list and see what I can start on. I have a dentist appointment for a cleaning and checkup at 9. And that's going to take at least an hour. But yeah, hopefully try and squeeze a few things in before I leave and then tackle more of the to-do list afterwards. My friend replied on the Shiwi question, and she has the older rigid version and she really likes it. I agonized about whether to get the rigid one or the newer flexible one, but the flexible one is, while cheaper, it comes without a carrying box. It just comes with a plastic bag, which I think would probably wear out quite quickly. And yeah, you could replace it with any old Ziploc bag, couldn't you? But I like the idea of the rigid case for it. So I went with the original, and I ordered the aqua. Lovely bright turquoise colour, my favourite. And the fuchsia was also available. So then I had to think, okay, do I want fuchsia or aqua? So I had to make that decision too. So the chalk pencils also ordered, and the wooden snowflake buttons. I did get free shipping on it all. It's saying a couple of weeks wait, but judging from experience, I think it probably won't be that long. I'm hoping not. I just came out from my dental hygiene appointment, and the snow that started just before I came in has got pretty heavy. It's settling. It's just hovering around 1 degree, so I don't know if it's going to stay long, but it's definitely sticking. I've got the 14 terabyte hard drive plugged into my laptop. Got to save those vlogs from the last year and a half. And it's been snowing all morning. It's piling up on the railing. You're a bit precariously balanced right now, but I want to show you what I'm up to. Can you guess? Let's see if you can guess. Parchment paper. Very loud parchment paper. Cake tin. I think that was a pretty obvious clue, don't you? Cake tin is prepared. I should also switch the oven on. What do I need it on to? 325. I've got 2 mixing bowls here. One is for wet ingredients, one is for dry ingredients. So I'm going to try and turn you down so that you can see everything that I'm putting in. I have had a large explosion of fruit flies in my kitchen. I have to assume it's from all the bananas I've been bringing in. Oh, I should tell you what I'm putting in, shouldn't I? Those were jumbo raisins. I don't have many of those. I need 675 grams of mixed fruit, and I don't do this very accurately. I just wing it. So that's dried cranberries, just finishing that bag. I have so many things here. Okay, let's not put the whole dates in. Those would be too chunky. Oh, more cranberries. Hold on, I need the currants. Where are they? There they are. Things are looking very lovely outside with all the snow settling on the trees and the lawn. Very lovely. All right, what have we got here? Sultana raisins. When we came to Canada, we had to learn to call sultanas sultana raisins because they don't just use the word sultanas for them here. Which we thought was kind of weird, but you know. It was like when we had to get used to calling our good old regular black tea orange pico at first, because if you just asked for tea, you get offered something else, or you had to ask for it by brand name, like Red Rose or something like that. Now, we know that orange pico is the kind of black tea that all us Brits eat. Oh, all of we Brits drink, I should say. Got totally distracted by falling raisins there. Okay, so those were Thompson raisins. And I'm up to about 625. So I think I'm going to put a few chopped dates in. I've got so many bulk food bags here, it's ridiculous. The dates don't look very appetizing, but they're coated in dextrose apparently to make them not stick to each other like mad. Okay, I think we're done with dried fruit, so let's just get all of those out of the way. Not going to put any crystallized ginger or dried apricots in. I don't usually, but right, can go into that bowl. This is a really, really simple recipe. A lot of people, I think that Christmas cake is difficult, but it really isn't. Okay, so I need 450 mils of water, but I think what I'm going to do for a change is put some fresh orange juice in there. 450 mils. I'm going to squeeze a few oranges, and then if I feel like I've done enough orange, I can always top it up with water. So I have my 450 mils of liquid, which is 6 oranges, and then topped up with water to the required amount. And I need 150 mils of oil. So for a plain unflavored oil, I like the grapeseed oil from Costco. To make sure I get the right amount here. So that's going to go into my wet bowl. $350 grams of whole wheat flour. What I will do is put the recipe in the description under the video. You know, I think I usually do this differently. I think what I normally do is put the dried fruit in the bowl along with the liquid, so it starts soaking up some liquid, and then I start dumping things on top. But that's okay. It's all going to be fine, Nicola. It'll still taste great. She said, hopefully. All right, mix dried fruit, water, oil, flour, 2 tablespoons of baking powder. Into the dry bowl. 50 grams of chopped nuts. Normally I use good old Kirkland walnuts. $50 grams of chopped walnuts. Do you notice how confident I am here, not wearing an apron? That could be a mistake. Let's hope not. I was going to put one on and I forgot. Okay. Tablespoon of molasses, aka black treacle. Grated rind and juice of a lemon. I bought organic lemons, especially. I did also wash it and scrub it a bit because you just don't know what's on these things, even if they are organic. So I'm very pleased that I got that new hard drive. I have backed up most of my videos from the last year and a half since I started my YouTube channel in June of last year. Unfortunately, there may be two actually, which I, for some reason, have never backed up, and they are on the channel, but I do not have a copy of them on my computer. And of course, YouTube allows you to sort of download it into the app, but doesn't really allow you to download anything from there into your computer. So you can't do it the other way. You can only do it one way, which is a shame. I think it was vlog number 67, something like that. So if YouTube ever loses my stuff, that one will be gone forever. Juice of the lemon. Two teaspoons total of spice. Now, you know what? I think I'm going to up it a bit this year. I think I'm going to have 3 teaspoons total. Sometimes you just can't quite get enough of a flavor of those spices. So I think what I'm going to do, I originally put 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, half teaspoon of nutmeg, and half teaspoon of allspice. Oh, to heck with it. I think I might double it. So I think we're going to go with 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, plus the extra that I just pulled out of the jar and fell into the bowl, and a teaspoon of allspice, and a teaspoon of nutmeg. Oops, I said that the wrong way around, but that's what I'm doing. Okay, so a total of 4 teaspoons of spice because I think it needs it. Definitely needs it. Christmas is nothing without cinnamon, allspice, and nutmeg. Sugar, 75 grams. That's not a lot. We keep this on the countertop in this lovely jar. It's a gorgeous shape. It had fig jam in it, I think. Couldn't bear to get rid of it. So 75 grams is a tiny amount. And that's just brown sugar. Now, if you're gluten-free, you can substitute a 1-for-1 gluten-free baking powder flour for all of the whole wheat flour. I've done that before with Bob's Red Mill 1-to-1 baking flour. I think I would have preferred the 1-bowl method. And I'm pretty sure that's how I normally do it. Fruit, then liquid, then flour, baking powder, and spices on top. I'm pretty sure that's how I usually do it. But really, I don't think there's any way you could get this wrong. Now, because this cake it doesn't have any alcohol in it. So it's not the kind of cake you would make weeks ahead. Because it doesn't have any alcohol for the preserving part. This is why I make it so close to Christmas. In fact, usually I have made one by this time of the year. Usually we've already demolished a fruitcake by December the 16th. But I just didn't get around to it until today. So we will eat this one. Probably mostly Mr. Stitches and I will eat the whole thing over the course of the next few days, week. Yep. Let's be honest here. It won't take us long to get through it. And then undoubtedly I will make another one because I have lots of dried fruit left. And I always have the spices and the nuts and that in the cupboard. Not sure how long my mum used to cook her Christmas cake for, but she used to wrap the outside of the tin in brown paper as well as using the parchment, probably to stop it from burning. But I've never had that problem. I just use the one layer of parchment on the inside of the tin. There we go, ready to go in the oven. And the timer is set for 2 hours. So yeah, I'll put the recipe underneath the video. It's a very forgiving recipe. I never worry about the proportions of dried fruit. You can just use whatever you like. But I do always feel like it needs to have at least some currants in it and some cranberries, and then the rest can just be different kinds of raisins or just one kind of raisin. Because you get that sort of depth of flavour with a few different things in it. Mouth-watering already. Can't wait. It's baked. Making the house smell really good. We have a stag hanging out in our backyard between the apricot tree and the cherry. I might try opening the door, getting a better picture. This is the cross stitch I'm working on right now. It's a pattern by Design Works, and it's a little kit. You get the floss and the frame and the cloth and the needle and the pattern. As you can see, I have crossed off the stitches that make up most of the tree. I just have to do the gold garlands across this tree and then finish the border. And this is what it's looking like. It's going to have light green all the way around here. I am a little confused because it does say to use 2 strands of floss for all of the stitches. It doesn't tell me what to do with the gold. The gold is a single strand thing which I wrapped around this thing to keep it from getting tangled when I opened the kit. And according to the pattern sheet, I'm supposed to have 4 strands of that, and I think I only have 2. So I don't know whether to double it up for my stitches or use it single. It doesn't say. So that's why I'm leaving it till the end. Procrastinating because I don't know what to do. Anyway, it's kind of cute. Looking forward to hanging it on my Christmas tree. It's 10:15 and I was falling asleep 2 hours ago, but I picked up my cross stitch and I got sucked in and I spent a long time on it. So I'm really happy with the progress I've made. We did our first snow shoveling of the year, or of the winter, today. In fact, Mr. Stitches has been out there a few extra times just to try and keep it as clear as possible so that it's not too crispy and slidey and deep in the morning. The fruitcake was really nice. Because we went out this afternoon, I had to take Mr. Stitches to the mechanics to get his car, and we went to Costco, which wasn't as crazy busy as we thought it was going to be. We didn't actually have to queue for a till, so that was nice. But we didn't get back home until about 5. Can't remember now. And so then, of course, dinner had to be cooked. And so that was going to take some time. So I have to confess, I had a piece of cake and a cup of tea while dinner was cooking. And then I had dinner, and then I had another little taste of the cake. Definitely approve of the extra spice. I'm going to say goodnight, and I'll be seeing you again tomorrow. I am working tomorrow, but only a 4-hour shift. So hopefully lots of time for some fun stuff as well. See you then.